Aloha, everybody. Maria Bernardis here, coming to you live. I'm just checking just very quickly to make sure we are on Facebook, and it looks like I am, which is fantastic. So I'm coming to you live from um, on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So, welcome everybody to my Tuesday live. And today I'm going to be covering a few top health news and, of course, how to boost your immune system this winter with these top hacks. So, very important that we have very strong immune system, and you're going to see why today, because the ancient Greeks, as Hippocrates said, all disease resides in the gut. So if you don't have a healthy immune system, and that's where it is, it will wreak havoc to other parts of the body, but most importantly of all, it will wreak havoc in the brain. And this is why a lot of people have brain fog. They forget and have all sorts of brain-related issues. So hello, everybody. If you're here watching wherever you are, please feel free to put in the comments where you're from and say hello. Who am I? I'm Maria Bernardis, for those that don't know, because I do have a lot of new people watching my lives on Facebook and other places. I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm also a Gourmand award-winning cookbook author, chef, and motivational speaker. And I left my tax law career many years ago to go into health and wellness. And why did I do that? Because I didn't want to become a cancer statistic like the rest of my family. So I sought ways to heal myself, and I did heal myself successfully, adopting ancient Greek practices and ways. And today we are going to see a lot of ancient Greek practices and tips come through in this live. And what's going to be very interesting is you're going to say, oh my God, how is that ancient? How were the ancient Greeks able to know all of this thousands of years ago and do it? So a lot of the wisdom that I'm going to share does come from there. And a lot of people are basically discussing it, and you don't know where the source of it is from. So that's why I'm passionate about health, because I've had a number of illnesses myself, managed to heal them, and then God said, leave your tax law. You now have a responsibility to go out there and help people. So before I start, so if you're passionate about your health, say yes in the comments. So that we can get some conversation happening on this topic. And please feel free to ask questions throughout this presentation in the comments. And also, if you're watching this after, please continue to ask questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them and share your wisdom and what you're doing. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to outline is a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor or medical professional, and the information discussed is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or have a medical condition, please consult with your physician. Just excuse me for a minute. I'm just doing a quick Facebook check, because I just had a bizarre message come up. So this is as live as you can get this show, let me tell you. So while I'm doing that, so the first thing I'm going to cover, as I always do, is, well, what's making waves in the media? So things that are making waves in the media, it's very interesting because we had a lot of immune focused posts, which is interesting, isn't it? I put out there a subject matter, and then all these posts appear, so that's amazing. So the first article that came up is how your microbiome influences your immune system. And the article basically says your immune system and gut microbiome share a symbiotic relationship, and your immune function is largely dependent on the state of your gut. Absolutely. It is where the seat of the immune system sits, in the gut. So you're going to see ways, by food and other sort of ways, of how we can have that healthy, so that we have a healthy immune system all year round, not just winter. And that way we are not prone to disease or illness of any kind. Now, Rodney Dietert, which is the professor emeritus of immunotoxicology at Cornell University, had this to say: aging of the immune system is really dependent upon your lifetime diet in large part. So you don't have to buy into the fact that there is only one end for an 80-year-old's immune system. Sense lower responses to certain infectious diseases, agents, and greater risk of autoreactivity. You really don't have to buy that, because it is largely influenced by diet and microbial metabolism. So he's basically repeating what the ancient Greeks said: all disease begins in the gut. That was Hippocrates. And if you take care of the gut, guess what? You're also taking care of the rest of your body. So that was interesting that came up. So another article, great article that came up, was brew these teas to support healthy immune function. So this was in the food category. One of the things I was going to mention as examples with these teas, but let's just mention them now. So tea, both true and herbal varieties, are rich in polyphenols that boost immune function through antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. There was a study that was published in the Journal of Molecule. These are the three that they favored: white tea, because it has lots of bioactive compounds and shows strong antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal effects. Then it was green tea, in strengthening the immune system against pathogens. And then black tea is associated with increased immune activation markers. So drink up. I have to tell you, I always have a green tea next to me, and I'm drinking green tea throughout the day. I mean, sometimes, and I know you may think this is too much, I may have up to 6 cups of green tea a day. That's how much I love it. But it's good to know that it's high in antioxidants, and it's also helping my immune system. There was other article that appeared that again happens to link back to the immune system, and it was headed "Peel Back the Benefits of Ginger." So a lot of this information came out of Harvard Health Publishing, December 2024, and it highlights how ginger is great for digestion. So it accelerates the movement of food through your stomach, helping prevent heartburn, bloating, and ingestion. Plus, ginger supports a healthy gut by encouraging a diverse microbiome, which may lower the risk of obesity and type 2 diabetes. So already Harvard Health Publishing has alerted us to one food that I'm going to discuss in my top hacks for boosting the immune system for this winter and all year round, and that is ginger. Okay, so I think we can all agree that winter can be a challenging time to stay on top of our health. Um, the winter weather makes us want to get cozy up with warm foods. And really, that's the time of the year when most people get sick. They get their immune system starts to suffer, and they get sick. So I've got some tips to make sure and ensure that you don't get sick and that you have a strong immune system all year round. Now, it was very interesting because, again, I mentioned before, all disease begins in the gut. This was Hippocrates penned that line. Um, and so, and he said, in order to have a healthy immune system, we need to look after our gut. We need to let medicine be thy food and food thy medicine. And he also said the natural forces within us are true healers of disease. And my sixth recommendation is Hippocrates' recommendation, because he practiced this in ancient Greece to help people heal. So it's interesting how all the old and all the ancient stuff is coming back as the way to heal, which is, what I empower people with and what I teach. Now, for those that don't know, the word diet comes from the ancient Greek word dieta, which means a way of life. So when I'm discussing diet in this video or any video, I'm talking about a way of life. It's mind, body, spirit, environment, and a whole host of other things. So it wasn't just about food. It was nurturing the environment, the mind, body, and spirit. So very important that our diet is very high vibrational, low acidity, to ensure that we have good gut health. Um, and most importantly of all, let's not forget, it's not just about the food. Our emotional health and physical health play a big part in terms of our health overall, including our immune system. So we are affected by moods, emotions, what other people are speaking, drugs, chemicals in our environment, fluoride in the water, food additives, chemicals, GMOs, pesticides. Oh my goodness me, the list goes on. All of this affects our gut and affects our immune system. So very important that we minimize exposure to all of that. So what did the ancient Greeks practice to ward off viruses, have a healthy immune system, and be so healthy? A lot of people don't know the ancient Greeks. Many of them lived to the age of 250 years old, and they weren't even sick. So a lot of this wisdom comes from Hippocrates and all those wonderful ancient healers and teachers that practice the ways that I'm about to go through. And you're going to say, oh, Maria, oh my God, that's what a lot of health and wellness coaches are telling us to do nowadays. A lot of it is not new. They're just duplicating. So the first point I wanted to highlight, so these are the top hacks for a healthy immune system. And again, please put yours in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll answer them at the end. Type away, put them in the comments. And if you agree with any of these that I highlight, you can just put agree and your experience. So the first thing the ancient Greeks practiced, which really can apply to today, is what Hippocrates said: let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. So the ancient Greeks ate with purpose. The food that they ate, they made sure was as low acidic as possible, as wholesome and organic. Well, everything was organic then, really. So we got to go for organic as possible, wholesome as possible, as much as possible to nature. So we're talking about nuts, seeds, good oils, fruit, vegetables, and certified organic wherever possible, because these types of foods nourish the mind, body, and soul. Now, I also do have a video called High Vibration Diet, and you can find that on my Rumble channel, and I go into it in extreme detail, as well as a blog on my website. So what are we talking about? High vibration diet. So we're talking about more towards alkaline, low acidic, and again the herbal teas we outlined before, the ginger that we outlined before, fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, good oils. So olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, as much as possible raw fruit and vegetables, because they have the enzymes that our gut needs, and they are packed with nutrition. So we need to be cooking our food as minimally as possible. So steaming vegetables is much better than actually boiling them, because when you boil them or stick them in the microwave, you actually lose most of the nutrition. And people don't know this, and this is why we are vitamin and mineral deficient, because we're eating fruit and vegetables, but a lot of them have a lot of chemicals and toxins. So therefore, there goes some of your vitamins and minerals, or they're GMO, there go your vitamins and minerals, but a lot of them are overcooked, and therefore they've lost the majority of their nutrition. Um, so again, we need to avoid anything with chemicals, pesticides, GMOs. We need to avoid white flours, white rices, sugars, artificial sweeteners, coffee to a minimum. Avoid sodas. Minimally eat, meat, fish, and chicken because they're very low vibrational frequency. Canned foods, fast foods, unhealthy oils. Please avoid canola, cottonseed, margarine, lard, vegetable oils, these and corn oil. These oils wreak havoc in your gut and lower your immune system. Okay. Why? Because they increase inflammation. That's the issue. These foods that I just outlined increase the inflammation in your body, and therefore wreak havoc in your gut and therefore affect your immune system. So if you're going to eat meat, chicken, or fish, please make sure that the fish is wild caught and not farmed. Please make sure that your meat has come from a local farmer and it's been grain fed and it's been grass fed and grass finished. No grain. The point I was trying to make, and I got tongue tied, is a lot of restaurants will say this is grass fed, but guess what? It hasn't been grass finished. It's been finished with grain. So before purchasing or before eating it, ask them, has it been grain finished or is it grass finished? And remember to eat a multitude of colors of the rainbow of your fruit and vegetables, because each color denotes certain vibrational frequencies and certain vitamins. And don't forget to drink lots of water, preferably filtered and structured. So, what are some specific great foods that boost the immune system? So, we've covered ginger, we've covered the teas that came in the news up the top. But here are some other ones that I've dotted down. Anything that's citrus fruit, whether it's mandarins, whether it's oranges, whether it's lemons, limes, spinach, red bell peppers are very high in vitamin C. Pineapple is very good. Sweet potatoes, dandelion, carrots, pomegranates was a big one that was consumed in ancient Greece. Broccoli, garlic, which is also a natural antibiotic. Sunflower seeds, almonds, and so on and so on. So we're seeing it's the stuff that's as close as possible to nature. So that's the number one hack. What are we consuming in terms of food? Because that can wreak havoc in our gut. So we're choosing high vibrational, which is low acidic, more towards the alkaline scale. Now, number two, to help you boost your immune system, is consider taking a supplement, especially during winter. Because a lot of people that are living on the East Coast, I mean, it's snowing, it's cold, and you're not getting much sun like we have here in Hawaii. So you are vitamin D deficient. And if you're vitamin D deficient, that actually lowers your immune system, and therefore you're more prone to getting sick. So please consider, if you're not having a lot of fruit and vegetables, especially raw, to add a really good supplement, especially if your fruit and vegetables are not certified organic, because most of the nutrients are not there. So get a good multivitamin, preferably something that dissolves in water. If you're looking for a real good one that I use, in the description of this video, or if you're watching it on Facebook, you'll have to message me. The particular product that I'm going to recommend at number 6 also has a good nutritional supplement. You put it in your water, you stir it, and you drink it. So try and sit in the sun for at least 15 to 20 minutes a day. Again, as I said, on the East Coast, that's not going to be possible. So very important. Other natural forms of getting your nutrition are spirulina. Make sure you're getting vitamin C, D, and zinc, especially during the winter time. So all of that is very good for your immune system and will boost it. So number 3, what's the number 3 hack to boost our immune system this winter? And if you want to say hello, please, say hello. Or if you have a question, please feel free to type it there. All right, so very important. Number 3, the ancient Greeks were very big on monitoring and managing emotions and thoughts. And this is what Aristotle and Heraclitus had to say. Heraclitus said, day by day, what you choose, what you think, and what you do is who you become. Aristotle said, happiness depends upon ourselves. Now, if you're not going to have a happy disposition, if you're going to have like this intention, I'm going to be angry and miserable every day, well, this is going to wreak havoc on your gut and on your immune system. So very important that we manage our thoughts. And if we're feeling a bit stressed, we distract ourselves, we go for a walk, we start to breathe deeply, or we practice one of the ancient Greek therapies. And one of them was they would sit in the sun. They had sun temples. Every hospital in ancient times did not have a roof. All the patients were exposed to the sunlight all day long and fresh air. Wouldn't that be nice if that was adopted here in these hospitals? So, they practice other things such as chakra therapy, light therapy, exercise therapy. Oh my goodness me, the list goes on. Water therapy, hydrotherapy, salt therapy. So the list goes on and on and on. So that was a way to reprogram their thoughts. And most importantly of all, they practiced affirmations. So, if you're if you're suffering some sort of an illness, just say cancer, just say I'm cancer free. So, monitoring and managing our emotions is so important. There is a direct link between the brain and the gut. And the ancient Greeks knew that. And that's why they kept stressing the gut and why they kept stressing that will resolve the brain health. So again, when you're stressed, when you're depressed, when you're emotionally in turmoil, distract yourself with either something that you enjoy like art, or put some beautiful 432 hertz, 528 hertz music on in the background. Stop for a minute and start breathing. Maybe do a little bit of meditation. There is so many things we can do, but we've got to realize that our emotions and our thoughts affect our gut and our immune system. And this is why I'm very big on keeping positive. Finding things to be grateful for every day is so important. I mean, if you have a roof over your head, my goodness me, I'm thankful and grateful for the wonderful apartment that I live in. I'm thankful and grateful for the beautiful cup of tea I'm drinking. We've got to find things to be grateful for. And I find when people do that, their emotions and their thoughts start to get into a positive state of mind. Now, the number 4 hack that the ancient Greeks used to practice, equally applicable now, and I'm going to do a quote from Hippocrates again. If we could give every individual the right amount of nourishment and exercise, not too little and not too much, we would have found the safest way to health. So number 4 is exercise. Let's get some movement. Doesn't matter what it is. 30-minute walk a day, amazing. You don't have to go to the gym and overexert yourself. Yoga, Tai Chi, goodness me, doesn't matter what it is as long as you're moving and you're not sort of sitting all day long in your chair. So incorporating, periods of physical exercise will also help you improve your muscle control, help you feel better. And let me tell you, it certainly helps me with my self-esteem. So also, when you're walking and you're moving, you're helping your body from all that water that you've drunk to flush out toxins. So very important. If you're not moving, you're not doing anything to flush out those toxins, and therefore your gut, is not doing what it's meant to do, which is flush out the toxins, digest the food, and that's when illness can also start. So number 4 is movement. So the 5th thing that the ancient Greeks stressed upon, and I also do, to boost your immune system and have good gut health at the same time, is sleep and rest. And this is what Homer had to say. There is a time for many words, and there is also a time for sleep. So the ancient Greeks were very big on sleeping. So it is during the time when we sleep that our body is actually working to do the repair on our immune system and our gut. So if we're not getting, at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day, we are doing our body and our gut and our immune system a disservice. We do need to heal. We do need that downtime. Our body needs that downtime. Our cells in our body need that downtime to repair, to regenerate, and to detox. So, very, very important. And not only that, if we get good quality sleep, well, then we have more energy the next day. We're feeling better. We're looking better. We're glowing. So, very important. And what's number six? So, the number six thing that the ancient Greeks practiced was light therapy. So, we've covered sunlight. This is different light therapy. And they practice light therapy in terms of boosting the immune system, boosting the production of the cells, reducing inflammation, helping detox the body. Oh my goodness me, so many things. Now, how do we do it at home? Well, very easy. This is what I use, and it will be in the description of this video. What I'm using, and of course, if you're on your if you're on Facebook, you can private message me, and I'll send you the information. What is it? It's like going to red light therapy 24/7 without the price tag. So it's doing a lot of things. It's reducing inflammation. It's helping smooth out your skin. Um, I've noticed less gray hairs are happening. It reduces the inflammation in my body every day. It repairs my cells. It adds light to my body like the ancient Greeks did. So this is actually based on ancient Greek light therapy. So very important that you adopt some of this stuff that I'm talking about. And I highly recommend number six, which is what the ancient Greeks did, especially during wintertime. And this particular product also increases your glutathione and also reduces the inflammation and activates your cells and does a whole host of other things. So if you're doing something else, please pop it in the comments, or if you have any questions, please pop that in the questions. If, of course, you're watching it after the live, please feel free to put your questions or your comments, in YouTube or wherever you're watching this, Rumble, and I will answer them. I like to get people, talking to one another and interacting, because, a group of minds together is better than one mind, and we can all come up with, amazing ways to help one another, to achieve optimum health. So another thing I wanted to say is, please don't forget to like, share, and if you're watching this on my YouTube or Rumble, to subscribe, and please share with someone that you care. I mean, sharing is caring. They may want to hear this, they may need this help. So please, do share the information and the posts and everything that I do in the videos, so we can help many, many people. And as I always say, sharing is caring. So again, if you have any questions, pop them in the comments, and I'm happy to answer those. I also, while I'm waiting for any questions to come through, I wanted to let everybody know that on the 10th of February, in my Facebook group, this will not be the Facebook group that you're watching this video on, I'm doing a presentation. I'll be live for 15-20 minutes, and there'll be lots of giveaways. And it's going to be based on Dr. Harmon's amazing book on age reversal and how to keep healthy. So I'm going to be covering the key points from that book. And then there'll be giveaways, and I'll be showcasing one amazing product that I use and that Dr. Harmon uses and is mentioned in his book for optimum health. So that big reveal will be happening 10th of February, and it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to be a part of that, you need to direct message me on Facebook to let me know that you'd like to join, and that for I can connect you to the Facebook group. And if you're watching this on Rumble, or if you're watching it on LinkedIn, just message me, and we can exchange the details. And if you're watching it on Rumble, again, there will be a link to my contact page. You can contact me directly, and we'll make the necessary arrangements. Okay, so I cannot see any questions this week. So I'm going to say thank you very much. Mahalo for everybody watching. I hope something in this video has resonated with you in terms of boosting your immune system and also assisting with your gut health. Please don't forget to share and subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channel. And I've had some nice feedback from people on Facebook in terms of some of the things they'd like to see me discuss in the future. And I'm looking at actually doing a poll tomorrow with some of those and seeing, what other people think. The next episode is a very important episode, and it's an episode on managing pain. I'm noticing so many people are in pain at the moment, and that can be physical and it can be emotional. So what are some of the strategies and the things we could be doing and the foods we could be eating to manage that pain? And that's what I will be covering next week. And again, it will be next week, Tuesday, live, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on that note, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I love you all. And remember, self-care is the new healthcare, and that's where we're heading. So we've got to look after our own health, and you deserve the best health and life. So thank you for watching, everybody. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same channels.